Hey, it's Chaz here from TheoryOfGames.com, and Whiteout Survival players, do I have news for you. State transfer is officially going to be opening up on the 7th of December, so that's in 3 days' time after I recorded this video. So the states are going to be split into 16 groups. As usual, they kind of group it so we don't have super old servers jump into super new servers. Keeps it nice and fair, but it is a good time if you want to change your team, you want to change your state. Now is the time, which is super awesome. So the event itself, if you've never done a state transfer before, is going to last 7 days and it's split into 3 phases. So in the first phase, we are going to have a transfer manager that can set the power cap threshold for entry into their state. Okay, so basically somebody is going to decide how much power they want to let in, and it's up to you and your state to kind of figure that one out, because it might be quite nice to get some new big players in. However, you also don't want a whale coming into your state and absolutely wrecking everything that you set up and totally disrupting the peace and things like that if you're in quite a peaceful state. So if a player is above the power cap set, they can only transfer to the state if by invitation of the transfer manager in the second phase or the third phase of this event. Ordinary players will be able to view potential destinations and statuses of target states. So states are going to be categorized as either leading or ordinary. States with transfer score ahead of others are classified as leading state, whilst others are ordinary states. The state's total transfer score equals the sum of the transfer score of the top 100 active chiefs within the state. So that was reading exactly from the game itself there. You might have seen the mail today if you've logged in, but let me actually break down what does that mean. So what is the transfer score? What is transfer cost? What does all of this mean? Well, the transfer score is determined by the sum of your furnace level, your chief gear, your charms, your hero power, hero gear power, pet power, and your expert power. Basically all your power except from your troop power. The higher your score compared to the rest of the group, the more it's going to cost you to transfer. So transfer can cost anywhere from 1 to 50 of these transfer tokens or these transfer passes. A general rule of thumb is it usually costs around 1 pass per 10 million power. That's a very, very general rule of thumb, so take that with a pinch of salt, because obviously some servers have been around for years, some not so much. But yeah, around about 1 to 50. Now you can get these passes, you can either spend some real life money on them if you want a coin, you can also save up for them over time in the Alliance shop. I recommend, maybe a little bit too late for this now, but I recommend for next time this event comes around, that you actually just stack up some of these passes from the Alliance shop, because although your server might be doing really well now, you never know what's going to happen down the line. You know, somebody might come in and ruin it, somebody might sell an account and some absolute a nuisance buys it, and it's just not going to be fun anymore. So it's always good to keep it on the back burner and remember to stack those passes up should you ever need them. Now we move into the phase 2, which is the invitational transfer. This is where transfer managers can issue ordinary and special invites to ask chiefs of other states to come ahead and transfer early. Now, how do you actually know who to ask to invite to your state, or how do you know what state to go to? Well, obviously you can go and look in game. You can also go and look on Discord. So there's the official Whiteout Survival Discord, of course. However, I tend to find that it's a little bit too clustered, a little bit too much going on. You know, there's literally like 1 million people in there. So we also have a Discord over at Theory of Games. We're building a Whiteout Survival community over there, so come check that out. It's a little bit more of a close-knit community, so you know your message isn't going to get lost in the spam of 100,000 other people talking all at once. But yeah, that's one really good way to kind of scout it out, is go on Discord and just speak to people. Try and get their vibe right, because this is a big deal. You don't want to move to a state that has the wrong vibe, or you don't want to bring people into your state that are going to mess things up. Now, phase 3 is the transfer opens, and this is going to last 2 days. This is where players are free to transfer anywhere, provided they meet the state's power cap, okay? So bear in mind there is a limited amount of spots that's going to be open for each state. So you need to make sure, if you really want to move to a state and the open transfer, you need to make sure that you are online and trying to make that switch ASAP. So obviously this is it's going to last 2 days. The event starts on the 7th. So that's going to be like what? I think it's going to be midnight on the 13th UTC time. So make sure you're online then if you want to make sure that you're going to get that transfer, obviously power cap as well, and get the state transfer that you want. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. Now, personally, I was staying with my state 100%, but it's always good to see. This is a good thing. I think it's a really good thing that they have in Whiteout Survival. I played another game where they don't let you do things like that, and it's one of the things players always complain about. So this is super awesome that they do this. And if you are thinking about moving state, all the best of luck to you. Make sure that you're doing your research. Make sure that you're checking the vibe out, because there's nothing worse than moving to a new state and it turns out that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? And if you are accepting people into your state, the exact same thing. Make sure you check them out. Make sure that they're cool. Make sure that you vibe, because you don't want somebody coming in and ruining the good team that you've built up, ruining the good community feel that you built up in your state. Anyway, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Whiteout Survival videos. Leave in the comments below if you are going to be moving state. I'm curious to hear some of your reasons why. I've been seeing a lot of chatter online recently. I've been hearing some horror stories, and that's why people are very, very excited about this. So if you have any horror stories or any funny stories, make sure to let us know in the comments below, because I would love to read them. I might even make a compilation of them for a future video. But anyway, that's all for today's video. All the best of luck, and I will see you in the next one.